There. Just so everybody knows, we are Kusogr4nde, the bad video game tournament. Now, bad is definitely subjective. A lot of the games here, though, fit different classifications of Kusogre, which is generally strange games, weird games, games that absolutely flopped. It is not going to be your typical AAA game. I want to give a shout out to everybody, by the way, who has subbed and dropped bits. I know that Fell Temp recently gave a subscription. Lord Dalek and Toon Pirate, thank you for those bits earlier. Denari for resubscribing. Also T Murdoch, Cleric, Seawolf, Melos, holy crap. Lord Dalek as well. There have been a lot of people stopping on by. Django Storm, I see. I'm probably going to miss some people, but thank you, everyone. This is making it possible so that we can hopefully one day just sort of do full-time streams, which would be great. We're not there yet, but we're starting to get a little bit closer. With that said, we do have a wonderful Game Master coming your way today, and it is going to be our lovely Kusogr4nde. Kusogr4nde, come on in, come join the chat. I want to come talk to you about this game. I think it's going to be Kusogr4nde. If not, go ahead and ping me. The Dan of Corn, yeah. You know, there are the children of the Kusogr4nde. You want to watch out for those. Oh, I'm getting a mention. Uh-oh. Did I put the wrong Game Master? Guess what, everybody? Kusogr4nde is actually secretly somebody else today. He's changed personas. Uh-oh. I wonder who Kusogr4nde could be transforming into today. I bet you didn't expect this, huh? Yeah. Yeah. So, as it turns out, Kusogr4nde is now Wizard. Wizard, come on in. Kusogr4nde evolved into Wizard. It's pretty amazing. Hello there.
So I am now Zombie Core, from my understanding.
You are Zombie Kusogr4nde. That's what happens when Kusogr4nde dies. He turns into you.
And as Garby has stated, Kusogr4nde is Wizard is Tristan, so I'm just everyone now, apparently.
Oh, okay. Well, I hope that I have the right game here. Let me go ahead and message you to see if I do. Oh my gosh. Oh, is that the correct game that I just said?
See?
Go check.
Yes, that is the correct game.
Okay, we're professionals around here, by the way, everybody. We know what we're doing, and what we're doing is making people struggle through a game. Which, let's go ahead and talk about this game. What do we have here?
It's an unlicensed game, which is already a pretty good indicator of quality, right?
Oh, yeah. An unlicensed game for what system, though?
Well, this one's for Genesis.
Ugh, Genesis. And you know what? I have a feeling that you're going to feel Ballistic, which is the company that made the game, because we've got Onslaught. Onslaught for Genesis. Now, I know nothing about this game other than it's apparently a bootleg, not bootleg, unlicensed Genesis game. But that already gets my hopes up, you know. Personally, I'm a huge fan of bootleg video games. I mean, look at this tournament that we have here. So, what kind of game would you say this is? Oh no, I played this.
Yes, you did!
Why did I play this? Did I play this for...
Because I asked you to!
Oh crap! You're the one who asked me to play this. Oh.
Yes.
Oh no, okay, this is not good. What genre would you say this game is?
So, it's a combination, strategy game and, side-scrolling beat 'em up. style game.
Yeah, like
Similar in vein to something like Savage's first part. You have that sort of gameplay, but in addition, you have a kingdom and your job is to conquer all of the lands around you.
yeah.
So,
I conquered a little bit of land. It's weird. Okay, we'll get into the mechanics later on, since some of the players may be listening to our voices now. If you are one of the players, go ahead and close that stream. We don't want you hearing what we have to say about this game. Mostly because it won't make you happy. Just trust me on that one. Oh my gosh. I guess I did know that this was bootleg-ish, but I don't know. I already put this out of my memory so long ago, RBW.
Well, there are legitimate versions on the Amiga ST and MS-DOS.
Well, that's...
But the Genesis version was not complete, so it's a unlicensed port. It worked just as well as the other games. For some definition of just as well.
I was gonna say, yeah, did the games work well at all? That's, I suppose, is going to be one of the questions that we'll ask during this stream.
Sure. Yeah, we'll say it worked well. Absolutely.
Okay. Now, if I'm not mistaken, it was Blasphemous Roar doing the audio, correct?
That is correct.
Yay, Blasphemous Roar has been good at volunteering, so I appreciate that. Thank you, Blasphemous. Here is the game, then. This is the game you get to see for the next little while.
Everyone's going to need to start on options to make sure that they're on amateur and assist.
Okay. Let me go ahead and get some audio going because, we can't have a good video game, a good Amiga game without not Amiga. It looks like Amiga.
It's an Amiga port, but it's not Amiga.
It sounds kind of like Amiga. Okay, actually saying it's an Amiga port makes a lot of sense already.
Thank you, Bangura. I am glad you believe it looks incredibly macaw. I believe Macaw has played this, but I do not keep track of Macaw's comings or goings, so someone else will have to verify.
Okay. I'm just chilling, making sure that we get all of the questions answered before we get ready to go. It looks like passwords are something that they can get, and they're allowed to use it. They need to pay attention to if a password shows up, and if they do not get the password, that is their fault, not ours. Okay. I kind of like this music, but if it's a bootleg port, then that makes sense. Music's pretty good. Okay, everybody, be sure to get your muscles, your axes, your different barbaric things, and spam them in chat. Because we are doing the countdown now. Yeah, spam away, spam away. As soon as I see movement in a stage, I will go ahead and start our timer. Ooh, yeah, there we go. I like those. I like all of those emotes coming in.
Alright, so right off the bat, the kingdom that you play as is entirely random and does not matter one whit. But you'll notice that when everyone's on the big map screen, they have a different kingdom they represent in the upper left corner, on the left side.
Okay, so we've got a lot going on here. There are like 4 different gauges at the bottom, as well as the middle. Yuge already got a game over. Uh-oh, Blasphemous Roar did as well. Okay, talk to me about what even is happening.
Okay, so this game is way too many freaking systems at the same time. So what's happening is that the bottom bar consists of all of your attacks. You can the B button on the Genesis controller selects whichever the currently selected one whichever the currently selected one is. You can use A to change your weapon to the left, C to change your weapon to the right. You have to press down to pick up your weapons. And as you use them, they get used up.
Lightyear is doing Psychic Battle, by the way. We'll talk about that later.
Yes, we will. So the red scroll on the right is your health. If that gets depleted, you die. Game over. We are measuring progress by number of squares conquered. The Lupine one asked how we're doing so. The scroll on the left, the blue one, is your psychic defense. And your psychic defense doesn't does not result in you dying, but that determines if you'll be able to defeat the enemy warlord in a psychic battle, or one of these temple guardians in a psychic battle. If that runs out, you lose your psychic battle. The 2 filling up gauges on the bottom with like the sword, the banners, effectively. The more they fill up, the closer you are to winning. The one on the left, I believe, represents yours, and the one on the right represents your opponent.
So,
the way these work out is that the more enemies that pass you as they walk to the left, the more that are attacking your fortress. And so as a result, that means that they are winning the effective battle. The more enemies you kill, the more your banner will fill up. The goal in each of these stages generally is to get to the right as fast as possible and capture your enemy's banner, because that prevents any more troops from spawning. Once there are no more troops spawning, you then kill everything that's left on the screen, and you will have completed the screen.
Honestly, the best way for me was to walk to the right, kill anything that was close to me.
Keep going.
Yeah, and then get to the banner, clear it, and then kill any of the remaining enemies here.
I think that is the best strategy.
By the way, it seems like Blasphemous Roar just has everybody on his screen dying from time to time. Is that due to a spell, or what's happening?
Yes. The, I believe, black scroll kills everything on screen. The different scroll weapon items will do different things. Red gives you more physical health, blue gives you more psychic health. Green, launches a... green might be the one. The green launches a large killing attack. White gives you temporary invulnerability. Black, I think, kills everything on screen. I might actually have to check which colors do which again, but point stands. To make any progress, the players need to beat the first screen, which is the central battlefield, and then upon finishing off the first screen, they will be taken to the enemy fort. They complete this screen in the same way, and then they are put in a psychic battle with the enemy warlord. If they win the battle with the psychic warlord, they capture the space. I told players very little of what to do, and gave them hints and said, "You figure it out."
Yeah, I think that the experience of jumping into this game with knowing nothing about what's going on is terrifying. It's absolutely terrifying because there's just so much. You did tell them how progress is made, though, right?
Yes, by capturing squares.
Yes. So, yeah, in essence, it's going to take a little work for them to figure out how to actually make progress in this game and capture squares. You have to, I think, beat 2 battles in essence, and then go do a psychic battle. I still love that there are essentially 3 health gauges on your screen at the same time. You've got your psychic health, your physical health, you've also got, like, your strategic health, and then a progress meter. And the strategic health and progress meter both look exactly the same. Uh-oh, Enchantress of Numbers doing psychic battle. Unfortunately, Enchantress did take a little psychic damage. You really just want to circle around and grab the scrolls whenever possible. That is the best strat.
So, Enchantress of Numbers was defeated, but it's not a game over if you lose the psychic battle. You just don't capture the space.
True. What are you seeing here, Natara? That's what I thought when I played this. I'm like, this makes no sense. But eventually it makes sense when you start figuring out that what you're waging war. And if you keep that mentality in mind, it makes sense to keep killing enemies. Because killing enemies gives you scrolls. The scrolls that deal tons of damage. Killing enemies gives you, I think, health drops as well. Like, it's very important to kill enemies on the way and not just run past them. And it's required to make progress inside the individual levels.
So Lightyear is repeatedly battling the Temple Guardian. So the way the Temple Guardian works is that you do not get a space for defeating it. However, as you fight the Temple Guardian, various item pickups will show up on screen. Some of which are very useful, like special elemental seals. And what those allow you to do is travel across water, spaces, and that sort of thing, for example. I believe everyone starts on the Water Temple Guardian space, so during the battle you can get a water seal, which will let you traverse water. Unfortunately, if you don't pick one up while doing the fighting, there is very little purpose to actually winning that fight.
I mean, of course.
Also, as time passes, spaces under your control can rebel, or they can be attacked by other kingdoms. This game is needlessly complicated for such simple gameplay, honestly.
Yeah, it's very complicated. It's dumb. I think, honestly, if I were to recommend a way to play this, it's just kill enemies, use your spells like all the time, because those are going to deal a lot of damage, and kill a lot of enemies, and simply put, you get a lot of pickups all the time.
Yep.
By the way, I know that difficulty actually affects how you use some of the pickup weapons. What difficulty are they on for this?
They're on amateur. The 2 options were amateur and professional, and I opted they don't need to deal with enemies having even more health. In addition, there are 3 control schemes. There is tutor mode, assist mode, and human mode. Tutor mode automatically selects all weapons for you, does not give you the choice to do so yourself, which is nice if you just want to mash the B button a heck of a lot. But
that's the way I played it, yeah.
Yeah, it doesn't really let you have any idea of what's going on. On assist mode, the game will pick up items for you, and will try to keep a weapon selected, but you have manual control and can thus go left or right for which weapon you have selected. Lastly, human mode, everything's in your hands. Good luck, Grubsnuck, or whichever character you're playing as.
I'm guessing that you gave them the second option.
I told them to use assist.
Okay.
Human mode, I think, is just way too confusing if you have no idea what's going on. And tutor mode, it doesn't feel like you're really playing anything.
Yeah, I feel like it's a little bit too easy. That, and sometimes the game just wouldn't cast spells when I had them. And I'm like, what the crap? Why are you not using my spells? I'm trying to. Like,
because tutor mode knows best.
Yeah, tutor mode apparently was like, you are too dumb to use this spell, Brosencha. We're just gonna make it so that you can't use magic. But then if you don't use them, your inventory just fills up and then you can never really, like, get other pickups. I don't know, this is a game. As far as we can tell, Cadus, nobody has claimed a square. Is that right?
I have not seen anyone claim a square. I've seen a few psychic battles with warlords, which is about as good as anyone's gotten.
I would say that that is probably the other best mark of progress. Fighting one of the tentacle arms that isn't a temple dude. You can tell because the head is a little bit different.
Yeah, instead of it being a bald, pointy-eared thing, it's usually some dude with a beard.
This is very much a game that I'm wondering if the original game was popular at all, the Amiga version.
The Amiga version or the ST version, I have no idea.
Yeah. Ooh, it looks like Yuge unfortunately had that zone overrun by the enemy, which happens when you don't kill anybody.
Yep.
Of course, there's no way to know.
Well, I did tell them.
You told them what?
I told them that you have to kill enemies.
Okay. Is that like the exact quote? You have to kill enemies.
Let me check what I said exactly.
I'm not too surprised that people are struggling figuring out what to do with this game because it is not straightforward at all. Okay, get to the end of a screen, kill everything you can, successfully beat the warlord. That is the advice that you gave. Essentially, that's true, but I would kill things on the way. Okay, Enchantress of Numbers is typing a little bit. I think that she may be feeling some of the frustration. She's not taking damage? Uh-oh. Huh. Yeah, she's walking over all the mines. That's not good.
Yeah, that I've not seen happen.
I think
I'm not sure how she did that. That's impressive, but I'm not sure how she did it.
Hey, it was unlicensed, you know? That's just how it goes. Honestly, I don't think it's going to be a huge loss of time. Simply put, everybody is still trying to figure out how to make progress. Lightyear fighting the temple wiggly arm dude. I like his arms. You know, it doesn't feel like a good barbarian game with a wiggly arm dude, but
that actually was an enemy demon, which I believe controls his space. So.
Oh, really?
Yeah, Lightyear could have actually made progress there.
But unfortunately, he took a death.
Well, didn't die, just lost the psychic battle.
Oh, you're right, he didn't die. If you die in the game, it's game over, right?
If you die, you can't lead an army anymore. You're dead. If you lose a psychic battle, your brain hurts a bit, and you go and you back off with a terrible headache.
Isn't it nice that that's how generals decide? They're like, Our lives are too important. We're just gonna go ahead and do Psychic Battle, and whatever. If we lose, we lose. Not a huge deal. This is very much a game. Oh my gosh. No, Yuge is definitely taking damage. I saw Yugi take a spear to the face and the red health went down, so it's working sort of as intended, as much as possible. You know what? Maybe both of the banners on the screen are actually the same measure there. I have a hard time telling.
Yeah.
Because it seems like both of them go up at the same time. Yuge is doing Psychic Battle now, trying to not get hit by the balls. The best strat is just go around and shoot. Enchantress of Numbers managed to defeat the Temple Guardian and picked up a stone.
Well, that is a seal, so that gives her movement options. You can use it on the battlefield, though, and if you use it up, you don't have it anymore.
Eh. Does it do anything if you use it on the battlefield?
Yeah, I don't remember what the individual seals do, but they do have effects on the battlefield.
Okay. I think everybody is starting to get the hang of what they need to do here. Like, some of the players have figured out how these psychic battles work. Okay, Blasphemous Roar challenging a chieftain here. Look at this guy. Look at his helmet. Such a cutie.
Stop flirting with the enemy chieftain, bro.
Oh, it's fine. Yeah, Blasphemous Roar is doing exactly what I would recommend doing, just circling around and shooting constantly.
And picking up those extra health, or those extra mind health scrolls.
Yeah. And there we go! Blasphemous Roar appears to have made progress, capturing a square.
Yep, that's Blasphemous Roar in first. That is the first square anyone's captured, I believe.
The little castle means that Blasphemous Roar gets that square. Good.
Keep in mind, this is my second choice game after someone proclaimed, "Oh good, I played your first choice game."
I was kind of excited about your first choice, but I'm also very excited about this one.
Yeah.
Yeah, the scary thing is when you veto one of the games that one of the game masters have chosen, it can get a little bit scary, and you end up with some weird strategy platforming, shoot 'em up, wobbly arm game. It's hard to even say exactly what this game is, but that sums it up for me, you know?
Yeah, that pretty much summarizes it for me too. So at this point, I think that Blasphemous Roar should definitely keep track of its health, because he definitely has the lead now and probably wants to hold on to that.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure Blasphemous Roar knows that he has taken the lead. Honestly, once you know how to capture squares, it's going to be a lot easier to make progress now. That's the first step. It looks like Yugi might be able to figure this out in just a second as well.
A lot of psychic health still. Very low physical health, though, which is worrying.
So from what it looks like, The main game was developed by a company named Realms. I do not see much information about them. They made this and about 3 other games, one of which was named Custodian. And you are apparently the caretaker of a nuclear-powered alien cemetery. And that sounds kind of amazing.
That
this
puts Yuge in second, by the way.
Nice, Yuge. That is great. Good. The company that published this was Ballistic. They also, it looks like, published a version of Double Dragon. I'm not sure which version that was. But they have done a bunch of games that I haven't heard about. Oh, Super Off-Road. Was this the... Because I played Off-Road on the NES, it might be the same game. Yeah, I know this company. I played Off-Road so much as a kid. Oh, okay, that makes me happy. It was one of the few 4-player games for the NES that I played. And it's great, you just
Yuge
drive
was
cars.
defeated.
No, Yuge! It happens. Enchantress of Numbers has a good chance, by the way, of moving up in place here. There we go, Enchantress of Numbers defeating the enemy. Not much health left, but hopefully she can manage to get some health up soon. Hey, Blasphemous Roar appears to have 3 squares.
Unfortunately for Enchantress of Numbers, she was defending her position as opposed to capturing enemy position. So it's not a new square, but at least it's not a lost square.
Oh, good. Oh, one of the programmers for this has worked on a whole bunch of the FIFA soccer games, the NHL games, Need for Speed games, Battlefield 3, one of the Pixel Junk games. Like, they've been working on a lot of stuff recently. It's always exciting to see one of the people who worked on games go on, like some of the games that are a little bit questionable, move on to do some big games.
Oh, alas, Badoz was slain, so Blasphemous Roar, I think, ends with 3 spaces in their kingdom, so that's the most progress anyone's made. I was considering scoring based on glory, but concluded that that is a bit too finicky.
The producer of Turrican worked on this game. He was the producer for this game. I suppose that's not too surprising. It was a big... That was a big game. It also came out, I believe, on the Amiga, if I'm not mistaken.
Well, we could ask one of our Amiga enthusiasts. They would know.
Okay, so at this point, we're about 25 minutes into the match. I think most of the players have figured out how to make progress, or at least some amount of progress. Enchantress of Numbers has beaten the boss. I'm not sure if Lightyear has made progress yet.
No, neither Lightyear nor Enchantress of Numbers have managed to capture any territory.
I was pretty sure Enchantress of Numbers captured 1 square, but I might be mistaken.
She was defending it from an attacking lord.
Ah, okay. At least she knows how to do psychic battle. That is helpful. It looks like Yuge has defeated the enemy lord here. And...
good job, Grubscar.
Moving on with 2 squares there. Yeah, Grubjar is a good guy. I guess. I just don't understand how most of this system works and why suddenly all of your scrolls turn green or orange at some point.
Let me see what green scrolls do according to the instructions.
I'm not sure. Red scrolls
for
give
the
you
Amiga
health. Blue squares give you psychic health, I believe.
That's right. Green is the death spell, which kills everything. Yellow is the elemental spell.
Okay.
White is a freeze spell. White is freeze time, that's right. And black is an assault spell.
Okay, I like the green spells.
Everyone does. It's why periodically you get just a full inventory of them.
It's just like, hey,
I'm
have
not
all
sure what
these
triggers
spells.
it,
Yeah,
but
it could be some of the people in the background, actually. Because Yuge just walked in front of the guy with a sword through his back and collected a bunch of green spells. Okay, Blasphemous Roar circling around, fighting the psychic battle. This guy has no hope. Look at him. Thinks he has
Yuge
all these
died.
arms. No, Yuge, no! It happens. Well, didn't die, just unfortunately lost the territory. Or didn't manage to capture that territory. Okay,
you're right.
I don't know. I still think Blasphemous Roar is in the lead, having gotten 3 squares collected.
I believe that is correct.
Okay, Yugi, that's a game over. I don't know if I would necessarily say this game is bad per se. It's just so confusing.
I would say it's bad. It is excessively complicated to the point of making our players go and try to figure out what's going on themselves is just an exercise in punishment.
Yeah, like if it had a tutorial of sorts, then cool. I wonder how the manual was for this, though.
Well, there wasn't a there's no Genesis manual as far as I can find. But here, I'll give you a link to the Atari ST manual, which is also the Amiga manual.
Please do. I need to see this.
Feel free to lay down hot lore if you so desire.
I think I found someone who sort of wrote their own manual, it looks like. So, okay, let me take a look at the manual that you shared with me. This music is starting, like, it's not bad music, but it's starting to get a little teeny bit repetitive.
Only a little.
A little bit. Also, it's bothering me a little bit that some of the notes in the left ear appear to, like, happen a little bit too early. Yeah! Oh, that makes me so angry! Oh my gosh, okay. So, yeah, whoever put the music together, unfortunately, didn't check to make sure that everything was lined up correctly. Thank you. Thank you very much, person who did the music here. Okay, so... Oh, by the way, you do not join a group. What you do, when you start the game, you are assigned to one of many cults that abound in the land to worship. Each enemy force that you encounter will also serve one of these cults. Uh-oh. So you've got to attack and destroy an enemy of the same cult as yourself. Oh no, when you do that, it halves your player's power rating, but destroying other cults will double your power points. What? Okay, that's cool. Okay, and then it has all the different leaders of the cults here. Did you give them this manual?
No, of course not.
Probably a good idea. Honestly, I think this is more confusing than the game itself. Oh my gosh. Okay, 4 separate parts. Field battles, sieges, defending actions, and mind combat. I just love that there's mind combat. Okay, I found the scenario, finally. Okay, scenario. The land of Gargor is a mess of warring kingdoms, each with its own army. It is own army, by the way. I want to emphasize the apostrophe in its. However, even the mightiest army fears a quote-unquote fanatic. A solitary warrior who lives to fight and conquer, and are remembered according to the number of their victories and the greatness of their deeds. You are one such fanatic, a magical warrior with the strength of an army. What follows your claim to fame in the battle-scarred land of Gargor... ... That's it. So, basically, you're a really buff dude. That is the scenario here. And you're part of a cult. And you're trying to kill other cults and not your own cult. And every time you kill a cult or something, you get double power. And you're a fanatic. Yeah. I mean, look at all those muscles. You have to be a fanatic to have all those muscles.
That's true.
Okay, Lightyear captured the banner, and now it's just time to kill a bunch of enemies until the stage is over. There we go, the fist pumping. Let's see if Lightyear can kill the enemy chieftain. The back and forth wiggle somewhat helps, but at the same time, he's taking a lot of hits. There we go, that's a death.
Yeah,
just circle around. That's the best way. You need muscles to be a fanatic? No, if you become a fanatic, then you get muscles. See, it's like kidney harvesters. You become a kidney harvester and then you get kidneys. It's the same thing with fanatics.
I worry about your interpretation of how life works for Senja.
I don't know.
As far as all of the weapons go, I find weapons like the bowgun exceedingly useless. Because just magic is better.
Yeah, magic is definitely better. There's a time zone in the game. I'm reading the manual.
Yeah, there is a, if you stay on the overworld map, time passes unless that allows events to occur.
Okay. But it doesn't sound like events are good.
Generally, no. Plagues can break out, which means you have to fight undead. Your squares can rebel. Generally bad stuff.
So here are the different gods that I have listed, so everybody knows. There's Shesh, the dark god. Followers of the stag cult. I don't know why the followers are listed under the gods, but they're there. The moon goddess, Tomu. Followers of the boar cult. Rigmog, the headhunter. Arduk, the headless god. Arduk, the headless god. The mountain god, Dunatus. Followers of death. The forest god, Sylvanus. Followers of the hand cult. Okay. And apparently it's a Celtic god, Nuada, god of the silver hand. Okay, the all-seeing guy, otherwise known as Nafwar. There's, the Thunderbird is one of the gods here. Brobek, the sun god, is one as well. And then there are a few different alliances, which I have no idea what those...
Lightyear has gotten a second square, which puts
Lightyear!
him in third place.
Very nice. Very, very nice. Oh my gosh. The player statistics are presented in the left-hand column of the campaign map screen in order of top to bottom, left to right. These are the statistics given. Banner head of the cult the player worships, player symbol, name of the character, the homeland from where the player comes, the name of the cult worship, the status of the player, the amount of territory captured, the amount of glory points attained so far. This is there's so much information, RBW, my head's gonna explode.
And all you can't do that, bro. You've got 2 more games to enjoy.
Well, if my head explodes, then at least it'll be a good story for the rest of y'all to tell, during the other matches.
If your head explodes, I am hooking you up to a TV playing Allo Allo non-stop for the next 2 hours.
Okay. That's a fair deal. I don't understand. There's all of this lore, and then all you do is you walk right.
I mean, seems about fair for a lot of games.
While that's true, all of the lore actually kind of matters. But, kind of. It's very situational, and the majority of the cases, it doesn't really matter, the cult that you follow or anything, but occasionally, if you go and fight your own cult, that does matter.
Eon gets overrun again.
No! The gun is the worst.
Yeah, the bowgun is really bad.
Yeah, every gun in this game is good, or every weapon is good, except for that, is what I'd say.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
And that's 4 spaces for Blasphemous Roar.
Nice.
Definitely increasing the size of that kingdom.
Enchantress of Numbers just managed to beat the Temple again, which doesn't really matter, but hey, might as well. Yeah, kill some of these guards, hopefully get some spells here. There we go. Maybe it's from the swords in the ground that you get the... I don't know where you get the green spells.
I'm really not sure.
Just
the
occasionally...
manual doesn't say either.
I don't know. I'm just going to accept this game for what it is. A mess of confusion that absolutely was developed.
Sure was, really.
Plus, you get the... It's not an octopus, is it a quadrupus, dude?
Yeah.
Doing the mind battle. That's what your brain looks like, by the way. When you're a fanatic, that's your brain right there. It's kind of terrifying. Yeah, I'm glad that your names are procedurally generated. That's actually kind of a cool touch. I mean, it's like a roguelike, you know? This game is...
Ish?
Yeah, because you join a random cult, you get a random name. I think all of the cults get random names as well. Not 100% sure.
I think the cults are fixed, but... Your fanatic's name is randomized.
So good. They randomize how many muscles you have. That's pretty awesome. Mind you, the high and low number of muscles are still all pretty high.
Sure.
Doodle-doo-doo, doodle-doo-doo, doodle-doo. Just so everybody knows, this is the second match of 4. We will definitely move on to other games that probably make a little bit more sense than this game. At least I hope so.
One would hope, but one may be wrong.
I have no idea.
Alright, Lightyear is up against the enemy chieftain again.
Oh, unfortunately, it does look like it is a game that's going to be easy enough to understand, and I'm kind of sad about that. I'm also really sad about the picture of the next game. Anyway, I'm not spoiling. Not spoiling.
Okay.
Yeah.
No, I was asking if you're talking about the next game. Because if this game was suddenly easy enough to understand, I had to question what you were watching.
I mean, what it all boils down to with this game is just go take over land, don't die, walk to the right, kill bad guys. If you do that, you're going to make progress in this game.
That's 5 spaces for Blasphemous Roar.
Nice! Blasphemous Roar is making a good amount of progress. I'm wondering if Enchantress of Numbers... I think Enchantress of Numbers managed to beat that psychic battle.
But that was with a temple.
Oh, you're right. Well...
Like, Enchantress of Numbers' biggest problem is that she keeps winning, but she keeps winning against things that do not give her progress.
I would just use all the spells. Like, honestly, that's going to be the easiest way to make progress, is just... I don't know, you're a warrior. You're going up against armies, kill them all. You know? Or make them retreat.
You're a fanatic.
When you're a fanatic warrior. Why do they even... Like, do other armies have fanatics as well? Do you know if there are any actual, like, boss fights that aren't the psychic fighting?
There are no boss fights that aren't psychic fights.
Okay, so they're just psychic fights. That's dumb.
Lightyear goes up against the chieftain again.
Enchantress of Numbers is moving on to the second stage here, and after this it'll be a chieftain. She did manage to get a heal for the psychic power, so hopefully she's able to use that to her advantage and, you know, make it to the boss and actually get a good amount of damage done.
Lightyear loses to the chieftain again.
Oh no, Lightyear, don't lose to the chieftain! You gotta kill him! You can't die! Stop dying! I should say that to everybody, though, because everybody is having a lot of death, except Blasphemous Roar. He's doing
Who's
pretty
nearly
good.
inflicting a lot of death.
Oh yeah, like, look at the psychic health and the normal red scroll of health. Like, that is pretty good for what he's doing here. He's been doing great in the different stages. Everybody else, like Lightyear and Yugi, also have been doing pretty great health-wise at this point. Enchantress of Numbers, I'm not 100% sure that she knows that she needs to keep those scrolls filled. Like, I think she realizes that, yes, the blue has to deal a little bit with the psychic battles, but besides that, I don't know. At this point, though, her psychic health is really filling up, and she's got a pretty good chance of taking down one of the warlords. It looks like Blasphemous Roar is fighting Robocop? Well, okay, he's down. I'm cool.
Just another chieftain.
Take down Robert Cop. I don't like him. Hey, Yugi managed
that is
to
6
beat...
spaces.
Nice.
Lightyear up against the chieftain again.
Okay, Enchantress of Numbers also against a chieftain, but it looks like she has adapted the scroll around strat, whereas Lightyear has adapted the die strat, which is not very effective. It's a strategy for some games. Hey, if I'm not mistaken...
2 spaces. That's 2 spaces, so Enchantress of Numbers is now in 4th, but they all have 2 spaces. I don't know if Yug has ever gotten a third space.
I'm not 100% sure. But honestly, yeah, Blasphemous Roar, I think it's going to be really difficult for anybody to pass him. But second, third, and fourth are all up for grabs at this point.
Right, our ref says the only person to get a third space is Blasphemous Roar, so second place is up for anyone to grab.
Oh, yeah. Huh. Yugi is actually doing a really good job with this gun. I've never actually seen the gun do anything. So that's cool. What a game. What a game.
Yugi's having good luck with enemies that don't need to take lots of hits.
Yeah, good. Blow them up. Use your mind grenades. Yeah.
One of our viewers have asked, how does the hand part work? That viewer is Maikuyama. The way the hand part works is you mash the B button to fire a shot. As you hit the enemy, the length of their arms decreases.
Yes.
If their arms decrease to 0, you win. They will also fire shots at you. Midway during the battle, items will spawn in the border on the border of the match, and as you go and pick up the items, you'll get benefits. Usually, it's more psychic health, which keeps you in the battle.
Also, scrolling in general is just clockwise or counterclockwise. So if you just hold right, you're gonna go counterclockwise around the screen. If you hold left, clockwise.
You're getting close, Lightyear.
I know, Mike, there's so many systems in this game, and some of them are kinda cool, but they're really not developed enough to be awesome. I'm not sure if I like the psychic battle. Like, it doesn't. If I'm playing a barbarian game, I'm not sure this is what I want. Shooting RoboCop as he flails his 4 arms around the screen. I don't know. It's odd.
Chances of Numbers is at really low health.
Yeah, the difficult thing about this game is knowing which systems matter and which don't. Because some of those systems are super important for actually beating the game. And then some of them, it's like, okay, well, people might try to take over your captured spaces. Who cares? It's probably not going to show up, at least in the first hour or 2 of the game.
Blasphemous Roar just keeps conquering.
Okay, Lightyear has full psychic health. Yeah, Blasphemous Roar is fantastic.
Is that a third
He's doing
for
great at
Enchantress of
this.
Numbers?
I believe so.
That is a third. That puts her in second.
Nice. Moving from 4th to 2nd in 1 victory right there. I like it.
But she's at very low health. And there she goes.
But there was a password, right?
I really don't remember how to get the passwords to show up. I just
Well.
know that the system is there. The reason why I said it was okay for them to use passwords is because, as far as I could tell, if they could get a password to show up, sure, use it. But I don't remember what the requirement is. I think time has to pass for the passwords to show up.
Wait.
Which means you have to sit on the overworld screen for a while.
Let me see if there's any information in the manual about the password.
I didn't see anything in the Atari one.
Movement on the map, campaign map, there's that crap, the cult section, rebellions, the game, joystick. Look, I don't know. Justin, why did you bite me? Oh my gosh. Just a second, RBW, I gotta take care of this. Stop it! Stop biting! No, stop it!
Well, hello, Kusogr4nde.
Stop!
Your host appears to be attacked by a fanatic.
No,
I'm guessing
don't be a
that
fanatic.
he's engaging in a psychic battle.
No,
If
it's
he
a
wins,
tooth
he will
battle.
be back.
He's biting me. Stop it. No. Ow. Okay. Stop. I'm not cheesecake. Oh, Justin made cheesecake.
Is
But-
that what it's called when he bites you? Got it.
Okay, he's done biting me, so I can get back to this match. I think. I should put, like, something bitter on my arm so he stops biting me. No, I'm not putting coffee on my arm, Justin. Oh my gosh. Stop. Let me get back to the game. I'm sorry, I got really distracted because somebody was trying to eat me.
Sorry, viewers. Our erstwhile game master, Rosensha, appears to be stuck in sort of some situation that may or may not involve vor. So
Oh my gosh. You can't say the V word here.
Very?
No.
Voracious?
I mean, sort of.
Veritable?
Okay, never mind. Let's get back to the game, RBW. How about that?
I'm just watching Lightyear continuously getting up to and then dying to the chieftain.
Yeah, it happens.
I'm at a loss for words for what to say.
Like,
I think
the most important thing is that if something is not working for you, you need to try something new.
Meanwhile, it looks like Blasphemous Roar is off to expand his empire even further.
Okay, so Justin is watching the psychic battle for the first time, and he's a little bit confused about what just happened. But that's how psychic battles work when you're a fanatic.
What is that, 8 for Blasphemous Roar?
Yeah, Blasphemous Roar is doing fantastic. He's... Like, this seems like a game that's made for Blasphemous Roar. I'm not sure what that says about him, but...
Stop attacking the temple, you can't capture it.
But it's fine. Every temple just has a floating head with multiple arms.
It's like Yogi's going for a, another space. Lightyear against this commander. Again! Come on, Lightyear, you can do it! Or you can die. That happens too.
We did have somebody ask in chat, by the way, what the conditions are for winning the game.
Conquer every single square.
Every single square?
Yes, every single non-temple square. Also, I don't think you can conquer water, but you need to be able to cross it.
Yeah, the manual says he or she will win the campaign if he or she conquers all the enemy locations.
Yep.
Okay, on completion of a campaign or the death of a character, your points will not be recorded in the Hall of Glory if you have been playing using the tutor mode feature. Also, please note that your score will not be permanently saved in the Hall of Glory if you do not save your new character to stop cheating. It also means that only dead characters' names are written into the history books.
I mean, that makes sense.
Thank you, Manuel. That's... like, you can't get a high score if you cheat.
Cadus, I believe that if it's your cult, you can't conquer it really, because it's your own space. Unless you want to, I don't know, become some sort of renegade fanatic. But I don't know if the game actually allows that. I've never found a second space belonging to my cult that wasn't already conquered by me.
Yeah, it does say something about fighting your own cult, but that might just be accidentally going back to your own space.
Maybe.
But apparently that's bad. You don't want to fight your own space.
Lightyear has decided to now hug the left side, which still didn't quite work, but was a change of pace.
Yeah, I'm glad that he's trying something new. I have a feeling, though, that Blasphemous Roar is locked into first. Enchantress of Numbers is doing a great job with second right now. Yugi, I'm not sure how much progress...
You just got a third space, so that puts them in third with potential to take second.
Ooh, nice. Good, good. With 5 minutes left, it's kind of... You know, I would say it's both close as well as not close at all.
Well,
I don't know.
Since we're comparing against Blasphemous Roar or not.
Yeah, let's not compare against him because, yeah, nobody's gonna pass Blasphemous Roar at this point. I'm worried about Yugi though because that is very little health.
Yeah, that's very low physical health.
I think he's gonna take a death in just a minute, and that death will likely solidify the 4th place. Oh, there was a little health. There's hope. It's not over till it's over.
Exactly. Niffer, count out our fanatic.
He's a good fanatic. Such a cutie. What a looker. He's really got back muscles.
Okay, come on, Lightyear. This chieftain has held you up for like 20 minutes.
Enchantress of Numbers is back up to 2. Oh my gosh, Yugi. Oh my gosh, Yugi may be moving on to Psychic Battle. Let's see.
Yeah, no. That's Psychic Battle, I think. No, that's the first screen, I think.
Okay, yes. On to screen number 2. Just gotta survive this, then beat a Psychic Battle, and you will move into 2nd place.
Lightyear has hit 3. Good job, Lightyear. You're in 4th, unfortunately, but that can change.
What's nice is that Yugi also got a health refill right there. The health is the red scroll on the right. Okay, good.
Slain, unfortunately.
You know, I'm a huge fan personally of Enchantress of Numbers, but I always have to cheer for the underdog here.
Lightyear?
No, Yugi. Right now.
Okay.
Well, Lightyear is the underdog, but at the same time, I don't see him moving out of 4th place at this point.
He's got 3 spaces, so if he's quick, with the remaining 2.5 minutes we've got, he might be able to jump into 2nd.
Taking a spear in the face isn't a good way to do that, though. He needs to really avoid damage. Oh my gosh, I'm stressed. I'm so stressed. Oh! Psychic Battle time. And that is really rapid fire. I have no idea why they're shooting it so fast, but that's cool. Do you have any idea? Are there upgrades?
Not that I can tell. I don't believe there's anything. I think that Yugi's just mashing the button like crazy. Is that 4 spaces?
That is 4 spaces, yes.
Alright, Yugi's in 2nd place. Lightyear has been slain. I think that ends Lightyear's attempt, and I believe now everyone's places are locked.
I think you're probably right. Wow, that was intense. Hey, Lightyear had over 13,000 glory. That's a lot of glory, man.
Yeah, I mean...
I got like 5.
He just kept on killing the same screen after losing to the enemy chieftain.
Like, I killed us.
Which is very much why why we're not grading this based on glory, because that's a farming strat.
Oh, yeah.
And I recognize this.
Yeah, I was gonna say, the amount of glory that I have is pretty low, personally. You know, I got some from killing a snake once, but that's about it. I haven't really gone up against armies, so it's very low right now.
Faizu asks, did that just say Gutog was slain by the Goberti? And yes, it very well might have. Because, thank you, random generation for names.
Oh, Gutog. Why would you die like that? I want to make a cowboy name simulator. Or generator. Or a Utah name generator, because Utah has the worst names.
I'm sorry, Faizu. If you want to make a quote of That line you'll have to go and watch the VOD because I'm not sure what it said.
Oh, I stopped it 1 second early, but guess what? That indeed is time. We are done with that match.
Yep, that's over. You're all free. Wait,
From what it looks like, Blasphemous Roar has taken the victory. Yugi appears to have taken second, Enchantress of Numbers third, Lightyear fourth. I am fine to be corrected if needed, but that is what we understand at this point.
I believe that is the placings, yes, but I'm waiting to see what Cadus says. Okay, nope, Cadus is in agreement.
All right, let me go ahead and bother Blasphemous Roar real quick. Okay, I'm pretty excited about how this went. This is a very, very strange game. A game that had tons of mechanics that were very rough. Let me go ahead and bring Blasphemous Roar in. Hello, Blasphemous. How you doing?
Hey, sorry if my mic gives you some feedback. Don't have a headset right now.
Oh, it's okay. I hear you loud and clear. So, congratulations. You definitely took the victory here. You got a hang of this game pretty quickly.
Yeah, I was surprised to see that everybody else was at 4 and 3, and I was like, that was my first few tries. I was at 10.
Yeah, you got the hang of it. I think people were just really confused about how to actually make progress. That and the psychic battles for some people were a little bit rough. Simply put, they didn't quite get the strat of just revolving around the enemy.
Yeah, those were weird. The whole game. Okay, so this game was 2 steps away from greatness. If it weren't for the fact that it's the same 2 levels over and over again, a conquering roguelike in which you have different randomly generated armies coming at you with different cube types, it could have been amazing for its time, but instead it was an hour of the same 2 stages over and over and over again.
Yeah.
So there's... Sorry.
Oh, go ahead.
So there's actually some different stuff, but you have to let time pass on the overworld map in order to trigger it.
Oh, I'm not doing that.
I mean, as you continue conquering, time does pass. But things that can happen are like plagues can break out, in which case you are then fighting zombies, which I believe does have a different screen. And you can have uprisings, which are the same screen, but it's in the opposite direction.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah, so it was definitely like as soon as I caught the first step was catching on to what the weaponry does, and I kind of sort of ran into it with a priority system. I always wanted skulls in my inventory where I could. I wanted to use my red scrolls wherever I could. My green scrolls were kind of hanging about, and I always at all times wanted a gray scroll in my inventory as much as I possibly could.
What did the gray do again?
The gray was flood your inventory with a scroll of either orange or green.
Oh, yeah, and that was extremely helpful.
Yeah, because when you're stuck with nothing but the crossbow and the hammer, you want that gray scroll to just flood so that you can pick up the skulls. Because the skulls were the only attack that actually, mattered for progression. If you're running right, you want those skulls on, and if you noticed at the end... So I finally caught on to the mechanic where as soon as you collect their war banner, they're routed, so they're retreating. And, it took me legitimately until the last 15 or so minutes to realize that, I realized it when I got swept away by the horses, that every time they go off the left-hand side of the screen, you lose, the army gets stronger.
Yes.
Every time you go off the right side of the screen, the army gets weaker. And once you've collected the banner, the enemies then reverse direction, and so now you're routing them. And if you may notice, my strategy at that point became crouch, don't get hit, let them run away. I don't want to die.
Yeah, that's a pretty decent strategy. Honestly, this game has a lot of weird quirks in it that I think until you play it for a little while, you just have no idea what's going on. But you really got the hang of a lot of the weird stuff fairly quickly.
Yeah, it definitely, the first 10 minutes I was a little bit wobbly, and I was like, I'm not so certain what's going on, but then I kind of sort of figured out what happened when I grabbed the war banner, and I realized that I could regenerate half my health if I went to my own war banner, stuff like that.
Yeah.
So
wait, you regenerated health by going to your own war banner?
if you tap if you go to your own war banner, if you're at less than half health, it'll regenerate you back to half health.
Oh my gosh.
So
Okay.
you may notice that during the later stages, I tried to hold on to a red scroll at the end of it, so that way when I started the next screen, I could regenerate half my health and then pop the red scroll to regenerate my health further.
Yeah, let me just say that I didn't realize that.
I think Blasphemous Roar figured out more about this game than I did.
I think so.
And I never got to see the plague zombies. What were those tokens that I was getting for taking on the temples? Like, I noticed I got a lake token and a swamp token, but I have no idea what they did.
Those let you traverse various terrains. Like, you can't cross the water unless you have a talisman that lets you do so. And the various temples would give you, when you fought the Temple Guardians, could spawn the talismans and you could hold on to them. They do take up an inventory slot, and as the Emerald Bard in our chat has stated, the Black Scroll can overwrite it, which would give you problems if you try to go backwards on the map. But
you can also just trigger it yourself. If you use it in battle, you can just get rid of it. So I never actually used it.
Yep.
Uh-huh. Oh
but
my
overall,
gosh.
like I said, it was actually pretty fun. And if it weren't for, like, I mean, the game it does that bad game thing where you've got no hit confirmation and no iframes. So you don't know when you're taking damage other than to just keep a vigilant eye on your health.
Yeah, you're right. It really didn't have sound effects at all in the game.
Yeah, that was a thing.
Well, congratulations on your victory here at Blasphemous Roar. Honestly, the more that I watch it, the more I think this game has a lot of problems, but at the same time, it has a lot of great ideas that if somebody took them and ran with them, they could make a fantastic game.
Yeah, it's called Eodor.
Ah, okay. Go play that game.
So that's a strategy game, but still, nonetheless. Yeah, no, it was like 2 steps away from greatness.
So close. Well, you know, I love when I see ideas that are very new or uncommon, and they excite me, even if they don't end up being the greatest. Well, anything else you want to say, Blasphemous Roar, before taking off?
Yeah, so you're talking to the new head of Mystery Tournament. I'm currently working on getting stuff ready for Mystery Tournament 14.
Oh my gosh.
We'll be opening up submissions in July. I'll be challenging you to an exhibition match if you accept later on, Bro Sunshine.
I accept.
Get the word out. And so if you are interested in joining Mystery Tournament, the tournament that inspired Kusogr4nde, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, I'm running the show this time, so it's going to be a little bit rocky as I get used to my new role, but for the most part, go to mystery.beatthega.me and take a look at stuff. It's not updated for Mystery Tournament 14 yet. I'm currently in the process of moving, so I don't have the ability to set that all up. But if you want to join Mystery Tournament, keep an eye on that. And in July, make sure you follow the Speedruns Live Twitter and the Mystery Funhouse Twitter. And we'll be tweeting out when everything actually goes completely live. And I've been asked to link it loudly on Discord also. So that's what I'm going to do. So I'll let you guys know when we open up submissions. And that'll be sometime starting in either July or slightly before July if I get everything settled fast enough.
Honestly, I've always loved Mystery Tournament. And yeah, it has definitely inspired Kusogr4nde. Yes, we changed things a little bit here just because I don't want to make people suffer forever.
Yeah, I couldn't imagine having this goal be like clear 5 areas.
Oh my gosh. That would be rough. Well, I'm going to go ahead and let you take off then, and everybody also, I know Mystery Tournament is always interested in games that aren't puzzle games, so if you would like to submit any of those, then go ahead and send some of them in. I'm sure they would love some of the Kusogr4nde games as well.
Oh yeah, I definitely can't wait to reject every single one of Bro's subs again.
Oh my gosh, they're not all terrible.
Athena? Wally Bear and the No Gang? What's wrong with you?
Hey, they're good. Alright, Blasphemous Roar, see you later. Stop criticizing me.
Thank you. I love you anyway, bro.
Oh, I love you too. Wizard, thank you so much, and I'll catch you later.
I mean, should I hop off? Feels like it's just going to be me again for the next GM.
I mean,
doesn't
it might be. Woo. No, it's
Well,
not.
I'm
Go.
gonna hop off and we'll see how it is.
Okay.
All right, later.